Hello all heroes and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe, and today we're going to be going over the current restricted arena requirements and what you should probably do to maximize your chances of doing halfway decent. Now, this one is an interesting one for a couple reasons. Firstly, it is a defender arena. What does that mean? That means you can only use defender characters. Right out the gate, you know the saying of an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object? Well, this one is an immovable object meeting an immovable object. And it's odd. It's really odd. I have encountered a lot of tiebreaker necessities because they just don't die. They just do not die, which is an interesting one. Now, here's the second interesting thing about this mode, and it's that there's actually not a lot of defenders in the game. Like, not counting the rare characters, there's a grand total of 6 defender characters, 2 of which are Viltrumites who are not available in the main recruitment at all. Let's compare that to some other characters. We have supports who I'm seeing, not counting rare characters, we have 8, but at least 5 or 6 of them are actually in the standard recruitment, so you could at least build a team. Meanwhile, the attacker faction is so inflated it's not even funny. I mean, we gotta take out the duplicates of my group here, but I think we got 14 unique attackers here, assuming I've got everybody showing up there. Yeah, as opposed to defenders, which has a whopping 6. So, again, we're still pretty early in the restricted arena's lifespan, so we're still, a lot of us are still going to be in the lower tiers. I know I didn't even get past the tier for the Guardians of the Globe. That was a painful one for me. So let's talk about this arena with defenders. Like I said, we have 6, not counting rare characters. We have Conquest, Alan, Sneezes, Monster Girl, Titan, the Immortal, and Lucan. So, the 4 standard characters, for lack of a better word, are Alan, Monster Girl, Titan, and the Immortal. Your team is almost 100% of the time going to consist of those 4 characters, mainly just because they're the ones that are actually available. There's not a lot of rocket science to it, that just is what it is. Additionally, to fill out the roster, if we need one more, there's probably a noteworthy number of people who do have Flaxen Leader. Flaxen Leader is not good at all, but he's a butt to put in the 5th slot. Now, if you've been playing for a little bit, you might have a halfway decent Lucan. Lucan is not a halfway decent character, but in a game where you only have so many defender options, I mean, he's better than Flaxen Leader. I mean, yeah, that is a low bar to clear, but clear it Lucan most certainly does. So that does count for something there. So I mean, if you have Lucan from the past arena shop, that's 5 right there. Not counting, like I said, not counting Flaxen Leader. Now, here's the thing with that. The 6th defender, not counting rare characters, is our boy Conquest. Jeffrey Dean Conquest himself. If you have this guy, you plop him in there with Titan and or Immortal so he's getting his leader stat boosts, that's just it. Your Conquest is going to do the vast majority of your team damage, most likely, because compared to other defenders, he is just that good. He has got stats. He has got that. I mean, he's got the attack of an attacker and the HP of a defender. He's a little busted, actually, and then with his chain of command ability, he gets even more attack from his defense. I mean, he is a stat ball and a half. On top of that, he actually does some decent damage too, and can even punch through the Immortal's immunity on a good day. So if you were lucky enough to have Conquest, either from one of the various events, or from the Hero Pass, or from the Easter event, Conquest is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting, especially if you plop them in there with the Immortal or Titan. So, if we're talking my team, let's take a peek at who I'm using first and foremost. We have, of course, this is not rocket science, it's Conquest, Alan, Monster Girl, Titan, the Immortal. The good news here is that in addition to Conquest, of course, Alan and Monster Girl are actually decently built. They're Omnipotent Plus, and they are at their maximum levels. Titan is not there yet. He's Omnipotent Plus, but even though he was one of my first Omnipotent Pluses, I think he was my second one, I just literally have not given him the time of day, unfortunately. And same goes for the Immortal. I just have not even given him the time of day as of yet. But again, it doesn't really matter because, again, it's two immovable objects slowly moving against each other, and Conquest is going to do the vast majority of the work. Now, I also have Conquest in my main arena team, which is why I have him set up with the Burger Mart Burger. If you are building a team specifically for this and saying to heck with regular arena, you're probably going to want him to give him something more like either the battle hologram here or the Flaxen bracelet here, so that he can use his ability more often and get his shield more often. Because then what you can do is you can pass that burger on to somebody else, like Alan or Monster Girl. I am not putting a whole lot of effort into this team, and thankfully, because of my Conquest, I really don't have to, if we're being completely honest. I mean, I'll just plop some stuff on there just for the sake of stats, but if you have Conquest, congratulations, you're probably going to get to the next tier with relative ease, especially if you're around the same area as me, where you're not too terribly high. Yeah, you're not going to have the hardest time here if you have Conquest. If you do not have Conquest, you might have some trouble. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You might have a hard time, because Conquest really is just... I mean, he does the damage of an attacker in the body of a defender, and it shows. Now, if we're taking a peek at our opponents here, my team is still pretty low level, all things considered. Conquest doing a lot of the heavy lifting there, but Titan and the Immortal do drag it down a little bit. So unfortunately, these teams I'm probably not going to be doing a lot too. Windchill here is tempting, but he's got a 16-star Conquest that will absolutely chew me up and spit me out. Same goes for Saint here. I would take him on, and I think I could drop 4 of his characters very easily. But then check out the Immortal Alan here. I'd really... In fact, I'm a little curious about what I can do. I mean, Alan I'm not as scared of... Oh, that's weird. Alan I'm not as scared of as Conquest, but... I mean, if I can't break him, I can't break him, so let's see what happens here. I mean, I'll probably lose this fight, but I am at the very least curious. So we're fighting. I mean, all the health just goes down so slow. It is a crawl. It is ridiculous. Ooh, okay, well, it was until that Alan struck. Okay, yeah. I kind of thought he was going to be the difference maker here. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I kind of figured it was going to be that way. Okay, we dropped their Immortal. Oh yeah, that Alan is destroying me. Although, I will say Conquest is really trying his hardest here. He is putting in a dang good fight, but there's just not a thing we can do against that Alan. I kind of figured that was going to be the case, but I was admittedly a little bit curious. But hey, we've taken just about everybody else down with me. That Alan may be winning, but at the very least, I've got down to just him. Ouch. Big ouch. And this is what I'm saying, is tiebreakers. You see a lot of tiebreakers on this extremely odd arena. Now let's do our refreshes here. Okay. These are more my speed. I should be able to... this one for sure I'll win. I think the other two I can win with relative ease, but let's find out here. Again, Conquest is going to be doing a nice bit of work. If you were not lucky enough to get Conquest in this fight, you were going to have a hard time. You are going to have a hard time. I mean, like I said, you can use Lucan, but he's inferior to Conquest in every way. Now, to be fair, there are the couple other rare ones. Flaxen Leader would be pointless, but you could use Black Samson or even Tether Tyrant. But at that point, you are really scraping the bottom of the barrel, and definitely do not build a rare character just for this event. Just let it pass on by, and if you're really having that hard of a time, Just wave as it passes by and go for next week. Because the defender pool is surprisingly slim. It's funny because defenders, I mean, some of the best characters in the game, Conquest, Alan, Monster Girl, the Immortal, and then that's just the whole faction. It's kind of funny how that works out. Okay, so this is being a bit of a fight, but I think we're okay. I wasn't even paying attention to who their strongest was. Was it their Conquest? I don't actually know, but I think we got them. But it's just, I mean, look at those health bars, just barely moving. It's painfully slow. It's killing me here. I mean, I find it amusing at the very least. I mean, it's funny as heck, but it is painfully slow. I have had more tiebreakers in this arena than I think I've ever had since Arena Day 1. And boom, tiebreaker. And they still had like a quarter health. Funny enough, that battle could have gone on for another minute. But a win's a win, I guess. Okay, oh, okay, their Alan was their strongest. And this is another one where the Alan is the strongest. The Immortal and Conquest don't really exist, but this one, I'm not sure if I can win, because admittedly they have a very strong front line. Their front line's probably stronger than mine, so let's find out. Now, of course, you want to make sure you have at least Titan or the Immortal on the team, because of the fact that they have the leader tag, so you'll be getting Conquest those stats. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. Looks like I think we just blasted a couple of theirs, or at least one of them. I mean, it's just so funny how slow the health goes down. Looks like I might be losing this one though, but we'll see. My Conquest is going to try to pull it out of the bag, but I don't think we've got this one. I think they had just enough muscle to punch through me. Again, not that it really matters. If you even have a decent enough muscle or a Conquest, you're not going to have a whole lot of trouble in this particular arena. And tiebreaker. There you have it. I mean, almost every fight is a tiebreaker, unless it is hilariously one-sided. Speaking of hilariously one-sided, let's do this. This one has 2 Flaxen leaders. That's hilarious. Got their GDA op team in here. But I mean, you know, with how few defenders there actually are in the game, you don't have much of a choice. So I suppose the moral of the story here is that we really need some more defenders in the game, because yikes. Before Conquest, our last defender was Lucan, and that was a hot minute ago. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Are we gonna go to tiebreaker again? Thank God they put in the tiebreaker thing, because most mobile games just tell you to go suck it, and they're like, oh well, if you don't win before the time, then you automatically lose. I'll say this: this game is not the most original thing in history, but the invention of the tiebreaker feature at the end is delightful. I love the tiebreaker feature, and quite frankly, I wish every mobile game had it. So, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again, there's not a whole lot of originality here in terms of gameplay mechanics. The arena tiebreaker is an exception. I've not played a single arena in any mobile game, anything. Not Star Wars games, not Marvel games, not any other random game, not even like Nikkei and stuff like that. It's always, if you can't beat them by the end of the time, you lose. This game having a tiebreaker function is delightful. However, we're hitting it a whole lot with this defender thing. Like, geez, thank God it exists, because I never win. But also, wow. It's just funny. It's a hoot and a half, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and hey, it's not even that big of a deal. A win's a win. It's just like, it takes an extra 30 seconds to get through, you know, you just kind of watch them beating up on each other and the health bar going tick, slowly but surely. Unless you have a Conquest, in which case he's the only one who can reliably take chunks out of their health, or an aggressively overpowered character like that Alan we just fought earlier. If you really invested in a defender, then you're having a very good day. If you looked at Alan or Monster Girl and said you wanted them to be unbreakable, yeah, you're having a good day or a good week with this particular arena. But I think we're going to leave it there. Was there a single fight today that didn't end in a tiebreaker aside from the ones where I was woefully underpowered? I don't even know. But we're going to leave it at that. In about a week or so, looks like the next one's going to be criminals. So we'll see about talking about that when we get there. Looks like we have criminals. Leader's going to be interesting because that's very much going to be the Universe of Doc Seismic show. And then after that will be GDA heroes. And then after that there'll be Guardians of the Globe again. Bleh. Although, who knows? Maybe the fact that we have a GDA plus Guardians of the Globe combo pack here. Maybe that's a tease. Who knows? But for now, we are going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think of this arena down in the comments below. Are you tearing through Fools of Conquest? Or are you just trying to hold your own with a Flaxen leader? Let me know. If you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we shall see you next time. Have a good one.